Hello, my name is Berkasoni and this is my Physics 102 final lab project. The main purpose of the experiment is to find out what changes the capacitance value of the capacitor and how these changes affect the capacitance value. Any two conductors that have a displacement of x by an insulator forms a capacitor. Three experiments conducted in this project to find the results. Capacitance value is determined by two formulas. However, to change the value of it, only this formula can be used. First experiment is for finding the relation between area of inductors and the capacitance value. Just the area of the conductors change to see the effects on the capacitance value. The gap and the dielectric constant were the same. Four areas was used were 0.05 meters square, 0.04 meters square, 0.03 meters square, and 0.01 meters square areas were used in this experiment. As you can see on the graph and the table, when the area decreases, the capacitance value decreases as well. That means area of the place have a right proportion to the capacitance value. Second experiment is for finding the relation between the gap between capacitors and capacitance value. This time only the gap between capacitors change. 0.07, 0.09, 0.1 meters gaps were used. In tables and the graphs, this time when the gap increases, the capacitance value decreases. That means gap between inductors has an inverse proportion to the capacitance value. Third and the final experiment is for finding the relation between dielectric constant and capacitance value. This time only the dielectric constant were changed. Wood, paper, and air were used in this experiment. Wood has a 2.4 dielectric constant, paper has a 3.6 dielectric constant, and air has a almost 1 dielectric constant. This time again, when we look at the tables and the graph, we can see when the constant increases, the capacitance increases too. This means the constant has a right proportion to the capacitance value. In each table, there's an error. This can be resolved by many things. For example, multimeter's connection point to the capacitor can be damaged. The multimeter can measure wrongly, and the multimeter's calibration can be wrong as well. Another example can be final experiment should be conducted in a vacuum place. However, the experiment conducted in a room where the air goes between the capacitors, and that can affect the dielectric constant of the materials. In conclusion, to change the capacitance value of the capacitor, the inner values of the capacitor need to be changed. The first formula has no effects on the capacitance value because in the experiment it didn't need any potential difference and current. Final point, each inner change has a different effects on the capacitor.